Welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm your entrepreneurship tutor, Professor Henry Wither of Jomo Kenyatta University of Agriculture and Technology. Today, I want to share a few research tips, specifically on Likert scale, to my students, to my colleagues. And I'm saying, let's learn when to use Likert scale in our research. This is a Likert scale. These things like strongly agree, agree, don't know, disagree, strongly disagree. Those are the type of responses we seek in research that is using Likert scale. I have observed that maybe we overuse it or even misuse it, and hence this short lecture, particularly to you, my students. Now, my opening question: have you ever been asked a question about how much you agree or disagree with something? Like how much you agree or disagree that Kenyan parliamentarians are corrupt? Or how much you agree or disagree that the mobile phone has increased dishonesty in families? Yes, these kind of questions fall in the category of Likert scale. Now, Likert scale is named after American social scientist Francis Likert, said to have devised the approach in 1932. Likert scales are widely used in social and educational research. They are quite popular because they are among the most reliable ways to measure opinions, perceptions, and behaviors. Yes. Underline the terms opinions, perceptions, behaviors. That is what Likert scale do. They measure opinions, perceptions, behaviors, and related issues. Yes, that was the Likert himself, Francis Likert, who lived between 1903 to 1981, and he did his PhD in 1932, published at 3, a technique for the measurement of attitudes. Underline again the word attitudes. So Likert scale generally measures attitudes of other people, not you, the researcher. Now, here are a few things about Likert scale. In class, we teach you that Likert scale is a 5 or 7-point scale used to help individuals to express how they agree or disagree with a given statement. We inform you that Likert scale responses are easy to quantify and compute for mathematical analysis. It's like we're telling you it's an easy way of doing things. Likert scale questions do not force the participant to take a stand on a particular topic or agreement. You see, they don't force participant, your respondent, to take a stand on a particular topic, but they allow them to respond in a degree of agreement. Therefore, this makes question answering easy for the respondent. Are we probably tempted to go Likert scale because our respondents will have an easy time? Likert scale responses are easy to code when accumulating data, since a single number represents the participant's response. Researchers find using Likert scales to be quick, efficient, and inexpensive. This the motivations to use Likert scale. The short and long of it, Likert scale data collection techniques seem a quick and easy way to do research. Therefore, many students, even at PhD level, are tempted to force it for any research. You may fall in that trap too. Here is an example of a Likert scale statement seeking responses. The statement: COVID led to the introduction of online learning and improved the quality of education. That statement was designed by the researcher. It was not designed by the respondent. So, the respondents given that statement and that scale: strongly agree, agree, undecided, disagree, strong disagree. Remember, the statement was designed in the classroom by the researcher. It's like directed or lead questions if you want. Now, back to my opening question. Have you ever been asked a question about how much you agree or disagree with something? Yes. The person asking you may have been doing a survey of sorts. So to understand the Likert rating scale, you first need to understand what a survey is. And a survey is in a general view, a general examination, or a description of someone or something. Listen to it again. A survey, it is a general view, examination, or description of someone or something. So when you're going to do that general view, general examination, general description, that survey, yes, Likert will be a good one for you. Now, here are some common surveys or some entrepreneurship situations requiring surveys. Demographic survey, market research survey, net promoter survey, customer satisfaction surveys, employee satisfaction surveys, product feedback surveys, brand awareness survey, post-event survey. These are surveys. These are situations where Likert reigns. And therefore, what are the general uses of surveys? Surveys are to gather or gain knowledge about things, especially in fields such as social research and demography, to assess thoughts, opinions, and feelings. Assess thoughts, opinions, and feelings of others. When done well, surveys provide hard numbers on people's opinions and behaviors that can be used to make important decisions. Yes, look at that. There's a customer satisfaction. When you survey the opinions of customers who have used your new technology, yes, the Likert scale will help you make important decisions. The variables of interest in survey researches are largely measured using self-reports. Somebody evaluates themselves. Your role as a researcher is simply to design the questions and hand them to the respondent, and then go and assess those responses. So let's ask, can you use Likert scale in your quantitative research? Yes, quantitative research involves the process of objectively collecting and analyzing numerical data to describe, predict, or control variables of interest. Therefore, yes, Likert scale can be used for such a quantitative variables. Indeed, a Likert item is simply a statement that the respondent is asked to evaluate by giving it a quantitative value on any kind of subjective or objective dimension. Yes, Likert scale are therefore very much used in quantitative research. But caution, in a Likert scale, You are basically asking for opinions of respondents. You are basically doing an opinion poll. You will test yourself on how good you are at manipulating data, but you may not be able to verify the truth of what the respondents gave in their responses. Most responses are actually averse to extremes and leave extremes of Likert scale out. But can you use Likert scale in your qualitative research? Your qualitative research is a process of inquiry that seeks an in-depth understanding of social phenomena within their natural settings. It focuses on the why rather than the what of social phenomena, and relies on the direct experiences of human beings as meaning-making agents in their everyday life. Look at that. Why did this happen? Not what do you feel? This. Experiences. Therefore, Likert rating scales produce poor qualitative data, irrespective of what the endpoint labels may be. Therefore, Likert scale may not be the best for your qualitative research. Of course, it all depends on the specific, because you can have a mixed research, qualitative, quantitative, but we're talking of the extremes. A pure, typical, ideal qualitative research, maybe Likert scale may not be the best to use. Now, as you use the Likert scale, remember that 1, it uses pre-written answer options that are subjectively designed by the researcher. 2, the Likert scale is unidimensional and only gives 5 to 7 options of choice, and the space between each choice cannot possibly be equidistant. Therefore, it fails to measure the true attitudes of respondents. 3, frequently, people avoid choosing the extremes, the options on the scale, because of the negative implication involved with extremists, even if an extreme choice may be the most accurate. So for someone to say strongly agree or strongly disagree, they may be shy and therefore take it easy, neutral for example, and therefore there you are, you may not really capture the real essence of the research. Now, sample these very recent cases in our college where PhD entrepreneurship students selected to use Likert when they could have used others. This one, Entrepreneurial Orientation on Performance of Agricultural Cooperatives in Uasin Gishu County, Kenya. And here, the general objective was to analyze the influence of entrepreneurial orientation on performance of agricultural cooperative societies in Kenya. And this is what I captured. Part of the Likert scale question that were asked. Look at the statement. My farm's employees have access to all vital information. 5, 4, strongly agree, don't know, disagree, strongly disagree. My farm is able to cope with structural change. Again, these questions were preset, probably from data review or elsewhere, and they are given to the respondent. You can see Likert scale, we are saying these predetermined closed-ended question items collected only the feelings and opinions of the respondents. Not even the most rigorous econometric treatment will help you achieve the set objectives. This becomes an academic exercise. Entrepreneurial orientation, in simple terms, means the level to which an organization or individual is entrepreneurial. To be entrepreneurial means to possess entrepreneurial traits or characteristics such as creativity, innovativeness, risk-taking, etc. Now, it is one thing to ask someone to rate themselves on a Likert scale on how innovative they are, but it's completely a different thing to observe the innovations that they have brought forth. Clearly, therefore, Likert scale items alone are insufficient to assess entrepreneurial orientation of an individual. Look at another one. Recent one, PhD in our college, in our department, the influence of innovation on the financial performance of small and medium women-owned enterprises in Nairobi County. And the objective? To assess the influence of innovation on the performance of small and medium women-owned enterprises in Nairobi. And these are some of the preset questions for Likert. Profitability in the recent past has improved. Strongly disagree. Growth in the market share position has improved. You are asking somebody to, they can even be answering it at home, in the car. How did this student verify that answers given by the respondent were in fact truthful? How did he verify that profitability had improved without looking at the documents? Here is a case of looking at actual figures and not relying entirely on Likert. Now, to determine the true influence of innovation on financial performance, the researcher would, in essence, have posed the question: what would have been the financial performance in the absence of innovation? You take a situation where there was no innovation and a situation where there is innovation, and therefore measure the two situations and then attribute the results to innovation or lack of it. Therefore, this would have called for a number of things, including, but not limited to, capturing the situation before the innovation and after the innovation and comparing the findings. 2, capturing a group that had no innovation and comparing its results with the group that had innovation. You see? Clearly, therefore, Likert scale items may be necessary, but they are not sufficient to do this study well. Now, here's some other topics and the titles where Likert scales were heavily used when better results would have been achieved via other routes. The impact of entrepreneurship education on development of entrepreneurs. The role of entrepreneurship in the economic development of Nandi County. The determinants of entrepreneurial innovation in an organization. The impact of government policies on entrepreneurial activities in Kenya. A study to determine the impact of technological advancement on entrepreneurship in an organization. Yes, these topics, students heavily use Likert scale, and in matters of entrepreneurship, they only scratched on top. Therefore, learn when to use Likert and when to use non-Likert. So, if you enjoyed it, like it, share it, subscribe for more. And if you wish to support us to bring you more, then donate via those. Just visit that website, and The direction for donation will be there. You could as well use the buy code still number 5476465. That is if you wish to support us. We shall keep bringing you more. We shall keep sharing. So, have a Likert free day. Want you. Thank you.